Ever since I can remember, family trips to visit my grandparents in Ohio always revolved around cars. Taking them out, washing them, and cruising around the town my grandparents grew up in. When my great-grandmother died, we were faced with the question of what to do with my great-grandfather's 1964 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88. We decided to keep it. Even though it takes up a lot of space in my uncle's garage, it's only driven a couple times a year, and we live over 2,000 miles away. Why would we make such an unreasonable choice?
Before Ohio, my mom and my brothers lived in Tennessee. My dad would drive to Detroit, where he was working for Ford Motor Company, helping build cars. My dad came to Troy and got a job at Lambert Motors as a mechanic, and at that time he moved us from Tennessee to this little building here. The apartment here was tiny. This was 3 apartments cut in the thirds. But when I was small, it didn't seem small to me. No big deal. Yeah, we were poor, but I didn't even know it.
My great-grandfather later got a job at Reichert Auto, servicing cars. And when it shut down, he bought his own tow truck and started Charlie's Wrecker Service. It was while working at Reichert's that he had the chance to buy our Dynamic 88.
Dad had an opportunity to buy this 64 Olds Dynamic 88. It was the most beautiful car we had ever been associated with. He was able to buy it from a guy named Paul Kerr, who had been a previous mayor of Troy, being the mechanic at Reichert's. My dad had serviced the car since it was brand new. Dad had always said, man, that's really a pretty car. I'd like to get that someday. And when Dad pulled it in the driveway the first time, we just were really overwhelmed. Without a doubt, it was the most expensive car that we had ever owned.
Join the action set. Drive a Dynamic 88 by Oldsmobile, where the action is. The Dynamic 88, geared for go. Up front, a 280 horsepower Rocket V8. And high ratio rear axle that puts more grab where the go is. For 64, go Olds, where the action is.
It could use a little love right now.
Because if you're going 60 or 70 and you hit the brakes hard, you just keep right on going. The brakes don't stop.
And we're going to sell it.
I worked on this thing so many times for different little things that I decided I didn't want to work on it anymore.
I did call Tony up one day and said, well, I guess we're going to sell the Oldsmobile. And he said, I'll take it.
That's how you got it.
So he talked Timmy into parking it in his garage, and that's where it still is today. We were quite happy when Tony bought it from my mom.
Were you glad it was going to stay in the family?
Oh yeah.
I can't really say why the car was so important to us, other than it was his first nice car. It was only 2 years old. It would be nice if it were repaired completely. It's not awful right now, but it could use some upkeep so that somebody in the family would love it, like we have over the years.
If you're still wondering why we want to keep it, what can I say? People get attached to things. We love it and it feels like a part of the family.
Was just a beautiful car, and I'm glad that it's staying in the garage at Timmy's place, because it did not deserve to be parked on the street.
It's part of our past from our dad, keeping it up, taking care of it all those years.
I kind of feel good about it now that it's still in the garage.